but we don't have any water here on the desk, so I'm just going to move forward, and please bear with me. But anyways, 1st and 10, we're sticking with the NFL, and we are sticking with football. So the Washington team, the team in Washington for the NFL, I will not say their names anymore on this podcast because their name is going to be changed. If you haven't seen that, I will leave a link right here for the possible names for this team in Washington for the NFL. The favorite is the Red Wolves, which is decent, but I feel like they could do a little bit better than that, but it's up to them. As long as it's not what it's called now, I think everybody's okay with that. But anyways, Washington, this team has been in the news for their culture or their current culture and previous culture, however you want to say it, and their treatment of women. It's unfortunate that this is happening within the NFL and within any sports organization. And the fact that it's been covered up and not taken seriously is honestly a joke. I think that this speaks to the owner, Dan Snyder. He's the owner while this is happening. So everything that's happening during this time has to fall on his lap. I don't care if he says, hey, I don't know anything about it. This is your team. These are the people that you've hired other people below them, hired people below them. So who the hell are you hiring and allowing this to happen within your organization? That's the first thing. But anyways, let's go into an article I found. So this states that the Washington team have launched an internal investigation after 15 former female employees and 2 journalists who covered the team accused team staffers of sexual harassment and verbal abuse. The team told CNN. And again, this is unfortunate. There's going to be women in the sports field, whether it be on the staff or, with the media. And for people that's not even part of the staff, not to say it's less worse, or more worse, but the people that's not even with the staff, like the media members, if you're mistreating them because they're women, and it's not a place to be. Obviously, you want to be inclusive. This helps build the culture of your team or the company, however you want to see that. It's just, this is 15 people. I mean, this is not a one-off where, one person is accusing it. There's multiple people, including journalists and even people on ESPN that have covered the team that's not part of the 2 journalists that have made these accusations, have stated that they're not surprised. They've been around the team. They've worked around the team for several years and have noticed these things. And, again, once these stories came out, they were not surprised with what was happening. This article also states that these matters, this is a quote. So these matters, as reported, are serious, disturbing, and contrary to the NFL's values. Everyone in the NFL has the right to work in an environment free from any and all forms of harassment, NFL statement said. So Washington has engaged outside counsel to conduct a thorough investigation into these allegations. The club has pledged that it will give its full cooperation to the investigator, and we expect the club and all employees to do so. So this is not a good look for Washington and the owner, Dan Snyder. I actually think that if they find that this has been happening for years and they're able to prove it, I think that the NFL should require Dan Snyder to sell the team. Stuff like this can't be happening, right? This can't be happening. You have to put your foot down on things like this. If Dan Snyder gets away with a slap on the wrist or a small, $100,000 fine, that's not going to help. Things are going to keep happening. Now, Ron Rivera, the head coach, the newly head coach for the team, stated that he's not aware of that, and he'll be damned if that culture continues, because his daughter actually works for the organization. So big ups to Ron Rivera for taking a stand there against his own team that hired him, against the owner that hired him. They need to fix this. They need to fix this right now. And my stance is, if these investigators are able to provide proof that this has been happening for years, and it's well documented, I think that the NFL should push Dan Snyder to sell the team, because this is inexcusable. This is wrong. So I don't know what else to say about that. But anyways, also with the team, so DJ Swearinger leaked texts with Coach Gruden. This one's actually pretty funny. So for those of you that don't know, DJ Swearinger, I believe he went to Mississippi State, or he went to South Carolina. Sorry, he went to University of South Carolina and joined the league. I think he was drafted in the second or third round. But anyways, at one point he was with the Washington team, and this team was coached by Jay Gruden. They have had some words, and because of what has been going on with the team as far as the culture and how they treat women, DJ Swearinger, took an act upon himself to release some personal text messages between him and John Gruden. So I will report. I'll read what's on this article. So it says, New Orleans Saints safety. So now New Orleans Saints safety DJ Swearinger posted a text message or text exchange he said that he had with Jay Gruden that appeared to show the former Washington head coach challenge him to a fight. He published the exchange on Instagram with his own message that they all need to be exposed. So this one, first of all, Jay Gruden's out of pocket. If he challenged DJ Swearinger to a fight, obviously he'd get whooped. I don't think anybody's going to dispute that. I don't even understand why Jay Gruden would even challenge DJ Swearinger to this fight. So clearly there's more information that's being left off on DJ Swearinger's side. There has to be more to the story. But even if that's the case, he's the head coach. He can't be acting like this and sending, texts to players that challenging them to fight. So DJ Swearinger is also stated in this article why he posted this and released these messages. So he said, I was gonna give the man a pass, but after what's going on with the organization with women, they all need to be exposed. I have a daughter to raise. And this is obviously it's not good. So DJ Swearinger and Jay Gruden actually commented on this as well. He said, Jay Gruden said that Swearinger's release that the two had talked earlier in the season about him publicly criticizing the coaching staff. And Jay Gruden thought that this was kind of behind them. Apparently, they both had a conversation to talk it out, and Jay Gruden thought that they had squashed the beef, but apparently not. DJ Swearinger released these texts. Now, this one is a little. I'm conflicted on this one. Number one, DJ Swearinger's response as to why he released these messages. I could get down with that. Hey, this organization, I have no loyalty to them. Plus how they're treating women. I have a daughter. Forget this. I'm gonna put this on Front Street. This is the type of organization that they have. These are the type of coaches that they're hiring. So I understand that. But on the other side, Jay Gruden's side, I understand why he would be pissed, because when you send a text message to somebody, although they're not friends based on what was sent, that's a private conversation between two people. Now, clearly, as I stated before, we want to make sure this is perfectly clear. They're not friends. Their relationship was purely professional, coach and player. But releasing text messages and putting somebody out on Front Street, some cases that is warranted. In this case, it's kind of like, dude challenged you to a fight. It's not like, if the dude says something racist, calling you this and that, okay, release that. Let's see that. But if he's challenging you to a fight, then fight him, get it over with and let it be gone. Bringing this up, again, there's cases where you should bring it up, but this is not one of those cases. At least I wouldn't believe it's one of those cases. You handle it like men. But DJ Swearinger, his explanation, I can't go against that either. So that's why I'm conflicted. Do you release the text? Do you not release the text? He released them. More power to him if he felt that was the reason to release them. So, clearly there's a lot of chaos with, the Washington team. So they're still going to be in the cellar of the NFC East. So they'll be picking pretty high next year and for future years to come. So if you have any opinion on this, specifically you fans of the Washington team, please let me know in the comment section below. your team sucks. I think that at the end of the day, we need to know that. And ownership is pretty bad. And to be honest, Dan Snyder would be the worst owner of sports if it wasn't for James Dolan. Let's keep it a buck here. Dan Snyder is not a good owner, and he should be in the top 5 worst owners in all of football and all of sports. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for more fire sports takes. And for those of you who are on the go, make sure you subscribe to our full show, which airs every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and a bunch more. Until then, I'm chucking it up, and I'll see you guys next time.